U.S. passport changes are coming in 2018. Welcome back, travelers. New rule: residents in some states may need passport for domestic flights in 2018. Can you believe this? At this moment, all states that are non-compliant with the Real ID Act had an extension that expired on October 10th, 2017. However, all these states with an extension have been given a grace period until January 22nd, 2018. Now you're saying that's just right around the corner. All non-compliant states are currently under review for possible extension, with the added exception of Virginia, whose extension is now valid until October 10th, 2018. You may have thought you don't need a passport because you don't travel outside the United States, but for residents of some states, this may change for any commercial flight, whether international or domestic. The Real ID Act of 2005 insists that state-issued IDs meet the minimum security standards now set by the federal government. The following states do not yet: Kentucky, Maine, Missouri, Montana, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, and Washington. Now, whatever the outcome, it is time to start planning now and look into getting your passport booklet or passport card. Some states have already started working on offering federally approved issued IDs that would not require a passport for domestic air travel. You want to check with your local government office to see if there's a different kind of ID that you can apply for. If you're going to take a flight and you have a state-issued ID from one of the states mentioned before, unless your state has made federally approved changes before January, it would be safest to use a passport to go anywhere across the country by air, as of domestic travel is included in these new standards. On a positive note, there are some other good changes coming up. You can now renew online. Starting mid-2018, a new platform will allow you to renew your passport online. Currently, if you wanted to check how far along your passport is in application status or renewal process, you'd have to pull the update from the State Department's website, which can be time-consuming. You could also call the service center to check the status, but you wouldn't be alone. Millions of people are checking. However, in 2018, this will change. Status updates will now be able to be viewed via email or by text. So, although some states are still working on getting an approved driver's license, in the meantime, you can still use your passport card or passport booklet as far as for domestic flight. With everyone rushing now to get a passport, you may think, okay, the process may take a little bit longer, which is true. The routine passport applications typically take 4 to 6 weeks. You should expect your application to take closer to 6 weeks if you decide to wait until the new year to renew. However, there are options for procrastinators out there. In addition to the option to apply by mail, this winter, U.S. government started holding special passport fairs to help some applicants out. This is generally children and first-timers. You still want to go ahead and avoid a rush. Events are added every Monday. Now, don't give up hope. If you still need to get your passport in 24 hours, that's still a possibility. What's Real ID? The Real ID Act established minimum security standards for license issuance and production and prohibits federal agencies from accepting for certain purposes driver's license and the identification cards from states not meeting the Act's minimum standards. The purposes covered by the Act are accessing federal facilities, entering nuclear power plants, and boarding federally regulated commercial aircraft. To check if your state is in compliance, you can go to www.dhs.gov/real-ID. Things changing all the time. Might as well just go ahead and apply for the booklet or the card or both. Let's travel together. See you at the next destination. U.S.